Like I got that applause right on cue that time. I was waiting for it, man. Good morning, everybody.
Down the second.
Dude, my finger was right on the button. I was like, come on, right. Yeah. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Good morning, panel.
Good morning,
we got Legion.
I see. Yes. Good morning, Legion. We have a special guest today. And good morning, Brick World. I hope everybody's doing well today. We are back on another Sunday, which means another good morning, Brick World. Our topic today is going to be cars, and we'll probably discuss real cars as well. It's part of the thing, a part of the topic, but definitely a lot of Lego cars to kind of go over and discuss and contemplate, and possibly even debate about. What's that?
What are we debating and contemplating about?
I mean, just we can reminisce about maybe past speed champions. They were quite different in the beginning, and actually they were even going around even before I came out of my dark ages. I didn't even realize that. They just took like a whole different form once I think I came out of my dark ages. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, maybe there's different things. I know I have some controversial opinions here and there, definitely about Technic vehicles, but that's to be discussed. So yeah, the topic today is cars. We'll be discussing that in the second hour. And even interesting enough, Rich, he works on cars.
What?
I don't know what your official title is.
He's a master mechanic. Right?
I'm a master technician for Honda and Subaru.
There you go. So it's nice that he'll have some interesting input for our conversation. But yes, good stuff. As always, we like to have a variety of topics to talk about on Good Morning Brick World. Before we get into the good mornings, I want to say hello to the replay gang.
Oh my God! Can we get the applause that Hive remembered that?
I remembered. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one.
He has a big note in front of him that just says replay gang.
Dude, I feel like I gotta write it on my hand because I'm like I appreciate the replay gang so much, but for some reason, I just can never remember to acknowledge them in the beginning. So yes, replay gang.
Times, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it. So yes, replay gang, we love you. Thank you for being here with us. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the good mornings and get this show started. I see Big Nate Brix out there. What's going on, Big Nate Brix? How you doing, brother? Brick Adjuster, what's going on? How are you this morning? Thank you for being here, Nate. Scott Davis, good morning to you. Brick Babe TV, what's going on, Brick Babe TV?
Good morning, everybody.
Brickman USA, what's going on? How you doing this morning? Hope everyone is well. Yes, I feel like we're all doing pretty well this morning. Whiskey 488, what's going on, Wayne? How you doing today? Good morning to you. Chef, good morning, brother. How you doing? EMS Bricks, Renee, good morning to you. Thank you for being here with us. Let's see who else we got here. Cypher, what's going on? Ahoy. I always want to say ahoy hoy. I always feel like I'm going to say it wrong. But yes, good morning to you. Alternate candidate. Well, good morning, alternate candidate. I like your picture. I'm always down with some wizards. Nail Hosco, what's going on? It's your boy JP. Sabine is the best user of the Force and deserves to lead the Jedi Council. LOL.
I've never heard a more true statement.
Look at this face. See how much I'm laughing right now at that.
You are smiling though. That's
I know, because I find it hilarious. I'm sorry. But yeah, he's referring to my Hive stream the other night where I went on quite the tyrant rant about Sabine.
When y'all find out that Sabine is really the chosen one.
Oh my God. Dude, my head's gonna be like,
I was about to say the rage is building.
So anyways, it's all in good fun though. It's all in good fun. Let's see here. By the way, also, I feel like I should explain something real quick because a couple people have asked me in the past about this. So when I have Hive streams, anybody can watch them for like the first 24, 48 hours or so, but then I switch them over to just members only for different reasons. But that's different than a members only stream. If it's a members only stream, it's just members only straight from the beginning. But I say that because if you do want to watch the Hive streams and you're not a member, you got basically a day or two to do it. All right. Anyways, moving on. Brick Sergeant, good morning, sir. How are you today? Thank you for being here. With all the pictures of open CMF boxes, retail stores must despise them. I got a little story about the CMF boxes in a little bit. I actually bought some last night, and I will say none of mine were ripped open. But Rich, speaking of that though, Rich made the most fantastic like thumbnail looking picture. I was dying laughing when I saw it, man. You made that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was great. I don't know if you want to share it or not, but it was basically.
Well, it's in the little news file. For the last thing, so
never mind.
About it. Yeah, you said you wanted to talk about it, so
yeah. So good. We'll talk about it then. But yeah, don't go anywhere. You're gonna want to see this. We'll see it during the news, but it's just the funniest thing. Or maybe it's not funny and I'm just dumb. I don't know, man. I thought it was funny, but anyways. Camel City Brick House. Good morning, Brick World.
Good morning.
Let's see here. Cyber says my local Meyer only had one of the CMF boxes left, so they must have sold pretty well up here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're doing, but hold on. Chat's moving fast on me. Hold on, let me catch.
We got my bricks next. I got you.
Wait, my bricks and me. Yes. Good morning. Good morning, my bricks and me. And there's Andre. Good morning, Brick World. Good morning, Andre. Thank you so much for being here. Who else we got here? Pink Wheels. What's going on, Pink Wheels? I swear, Pink Wheels is like one of my favorite people in the world. So I hope you're doing well this morning, Pink Wheels. Christine Harper. Good morning to you. Tori Cruz, or I'm sorry, Cruz. It's Kraus. I think it's Kraus, right? I want to say it's Kraus. Yeah. But anyways, good morning, Tori. How are you today?
It is Kraus.
Oh, good. So I got that right. Two Humble Bricks in the house. What's going on, Carrie? Good morning. Solo the Brett Builder. What's going on, Solo? Hope you're doing well, my friend. I feel like I don't get to see you enough. There's 117 Legion out there. Lonely One Kenobi. I don't know if I'm supposed to feel sad when I read that, but I'm sorry. I find that absolutely hilarious. Lonely One Kenobi. Hello there. Brick Sergeant. Oh, my goodness. 13 months.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and let's do the thing. We're gonna throw down some Devastator, everybody. Be ready. Break on through. So
is
thank
there
you.
Like when you're a member for your channel for like longer than a year, is there like a pension plan that gets started, or?
I don't think it's a pension plan. I mean, maybe one day if the channel gets big enough, I can work something out. I do have special smaller gifts for people that have been like members for longer than that time. I just haven't sent everything out yet. I have like literally like 10 things I have to send out right now.
I know.
I got to chill on some giveaways, man.
Speaking of cars and everything, I got Brick Babe sitting right here.
Oh, hold on. Let's put you on the big screen there for a second.
She won the monthly giveaway, but instead of
That's
sending
right.
it to her, she wants me to go see if I can find these dream sets now.
No, honey, that wasn't it.
Oh,
no, Rich. I want my prize and the dream set.
That's what I said. I've got to go find these poly bags for you now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she was like an and/or.
I don't know why
Here's
this
what
made
I
me,
won.
I don't know why that made me think of this, but I browse through all kinds of different apps just looking for Lego deals. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if it's Macari or whatnot or whatever. You know what I mean? I've been seeing a lot of elves sets, sealed and unsealed for really good prices, man. On
there was
Macari
a thing
lately.
Went up near me. It was 4 elf sets that were the smaller one. It's just, I mean, it was 4 of the same one, but the smaller one. And it's like a kind of an odd thing to see on Facebook Marketplace around me.
There's a couple of them I almost bought just because I love the color scheme of like the trees and stuff. But it just it's just too much just to buy for a tree. Anyways, Solo says love a good rant. Well, if you love a good rant, I suggest a Hive stream. Because, man, I'm telling you what. Look, when stuff is good, I give it praise. When I think stuff is, I got to watch my language because it's come on, Brick World. When I think stuff is bad, I like to express my feelings about it. And I expressed them very, very thoroughly on Friday about Sabine. So if you like Sabine a lot and you can't handle other people's opinions, don't watch my Hive stream, please. Don't. Anyways, if anyone needs someone to geek out about the Ferrari F40, you know where to find me. I mean, there's not, I don't recall any specific car, necessarily that we'll talk about. I mean, I've got a handful of them over here that I wanted to show off because I wanted to show like the different sizes and scopes of the different cars in the Lego world. But, I don't know. Fat Daddy's Bricks. I haven't bought any of the CMF boxes. But good morning to you. Thank you for being here. And Brick Sergeant.
That's officially the coolest name I've ever seen.
Which one?
Fat Daddy Bricks.
Pretty dope.
Let's see here. This Brick Sergeant, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate it very much. I don't know what kind of. Let's do a macro donation. I haven't done any crazy violent donations in a while. Just in case you don't drink coffee, that'll wake you up. Rula, good morning. And thank you again, Brick Sergeant. I appreciate you so much. Oh yeah, Rula, good morning. What's going on? Justin, good morning to you. Trevor's videos, good morning to you. I appreciate you all being here. It's a dull morning if y'all ain't here. It's just us on the panel just talking to each other, I mean, anyways, I've known you long enough to know when you are angry about something. I mean, my wife says I'm angry all the time. I don't know what she's talking about, but whatever. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, I'm just kidding. All right. So Maya says I'm boycotting the box CMFs. Well, look, we'll talk about that more in just a few minutes because, I mean, it's an interesting subject, and I'm glad that's why we decided to put it inside of. Let's get right into it. By the way, I always love your newspaper headlines, man. Because look, you notice right now there's a thumbs up and a thumbs down, but occasionally he puts a thumb sideways. And I appreciate that because I'm a very undecided person most of the time. So
there's some sets that I don't know whether I like or not.
Yeah, I know. Breaking news. What, last night? I don't even know if it was early in the day. It was like late in the afternoon or something. We finally got some pics of the Venator.
Yeah, somebody in a Malaysian airport found it sitting, and
Star Wars fans are like,
yeah. I think it'll be a day one sellout, but
yeah, this thing's gonna sell out pretty quick. There's enough people. I mean, look, depending on what Avengers Tower looks like, and depending on if I happen to get like a bonus or something like that, I'll get it pretty much day one. But if the Avengers Tower rocks and I don't have the extra money, then the Avengers gonna have to wait.
Avengers Tower was supposed to be like what, $550?
Yeah, but if it looks good enough, you know what I mean.
I was just trying to think for $550 and then the Venator for $650. You got $1,100.
Dude,
just like
you're over $1,000 with two sets.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I mean, they're big sets, man. You know what I mean? But like anybody that's not in our world, they're like, huh?
I'll honestly say though, and a lot of people probably aren't going to like to hear this, but the Avengers Tower, I think, will be a better buy because I believe it's going to have a lot of play features and different things like rooms and stuff, where the Venator is going to be like the other destroyer and you just build it and it's
I think
the model.
Well, I think the Avengers Tower is going to be a better. I don't know about better buy or not, but I think it definitely will be a better buy in the sense that more people will buy it.
Yeah,
because it's got a more broader audience to it than the Venator does. And even if you're not even into like let's say you're not even a big Marvel fan, but you have a city, I mean, you're still gonna want to get it. You know what I mean? The Venator is interesting enough, dude. That thing is almost 4 feet long. I cannot get over that. So I'm like, I got my ruler out and I was measuring the shells back here, and I was like, I was like, technically, I could put it on there. I'm like, but the overhang's gonna be immense.
It would have to go top shelf, like over that way. I have more shelves, and right now I have Diagon Alley displayed. I would have to move Diagon Alley down and put it up top.
All right, real quick before we get into the news, I just saw a few new people out here in the chat. I wanted to say hello and good morning to Rapture Raccoon. I bought 2 boxes of the 6-packs. Now I'm a guy with a drug scale. I had to buy it. I can't wait till we talk about it because I want to tell you guys what I did, but we'll get to that in a minute. But good morning to you, the Mod Mom. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here. So this is funny enough. That's exactly why this is funny. I'm always angry. I know, right? I try to harness that stuff, man. I like the dark side. Titanium J, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Jude, good morning, good morning. I'm getting tongue tied. Brix, good morning to you. Thank you for being here, my friend. Who else? I know I saw somebody else. Danny Phantoms, what's going on? By the way, everybody, I like to highlight occasionally randomly different people and stuff, and I think I've done it before, but definitely go check out Danny Phantoms. He puts out some really awesome little snippets of like facts and stuff about things we love, you know, Lego movies, stuff like that. Scott Davis. Okay, yeah, all right, good. Titanium J says Venator is as long as the USS Star Destroyer, but shorter and slimmer. Yeah, I do appreciate that though. That it's a little bit slimmer. Dude, it's a beautiful looking ship. And I mean, and I'm not saying this to be facetious, but it looks what I thought it was going to look like. You know, I mean, I didn't know how detailed exactly it would look, but you know, it looks like the Venator.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
First, I wanted to talk about we got Shadow. We know that the Sonic sets are coming out. We've seen them now. They released like the first wave, and now this is a kind of sure shot that they're doing a second wave, and now they're adding the rest of the characters. This includes Shadow plus Clucky, and Clucky is like the one of the other figs, and then a Rhino bot. So I'm assuming they're doing this just like Mario, how you're going to be able to do little sets that come with a couple figures or a couple animals or something to keep going on with. But the thing I do not like about it is we now have battle mechs. Right. It was never a thing, ever. Sonic never had anything to do with mechs. Kind of just like Star Wars. They literally have mechs on everything, and I do not understand it.
Because all the kids are like...
Do we have any brick heads?
Well, the brick heads for Sonic and Knuckles and Tails have been announced, but we've not seen anything.
I've got these two.
Yeah, but you don't have the Knuckles yet, do you?
No.
The Knuckles. The Knuckles.
They are coming out with a Knuckles figure, so which means that they have to either make it as to where it's a molded arm and it has its hand in there, or they're going to give us a hand piece that's a white glove with some like spikes on it, which is going to be really cool.
All right, look, just my 2 cents. I've been paying attention to the Sonic stuff about as much as I've been paying attention to Mario. So I know it seems to be like a niche thing. I mean, chat, are you guys really into the Sonic stuff? I mean, and I want to make it a little addendum to that because I do appreciate the figures and the molds and even the theme. It's just, there's so many Lego themes. It's just one I can't really get.
Well, Sonic is one of those weird ones too, because like I don't think there's very much hype behind Sonic, period. Like Mario, I understand. There's tons of hype behind Mario.
Yeah.
But Sonic was like,
what's going on with Zelda, man?
Zelda's not supposed to be released until next year.
I just feel like, look, we've gotten Mario, we've gotten Pac-Man, we've gotten Sonic, we've gotten the Atari, which
but Sonic and Pac-Man aren't Nintendo.
No, I know, but I'm saying they've given us all these different games. Like, you figure Zelda would have already been.
They've got those Zelda sets that they've said they're releasing, and we've saw like prototype pictures, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Real quick. Good morning, Max Brix. Thank you for being here. And I see Brick and Brood out there. Good morning.
Oh, morning.
Just to let you guys know, stick around. We do have a live stream calendar coming out today. Thanks to Brick and Brood. Anyways, I'm sorry. Continue.
Next up, we got pictures of the Winter Village set that we're getting this year.
That's so cool. Oh, I love
Dude,
it.
and I mean, it looks nice. I just hate that they're not more, not even saying modular, but more boxed in. Is that the right word I'm looking for?
They're all built dollhouse style, but what I really like about this one is the log cabin look of it.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
I
And
know
we're getting
it's
an outhouse,
tight looking, man.
which is kinda weird.
What's that?
I said we're getting an outhouse, which is kind of weird. But also the really cool thing about this set is if you look at the trees are made from those same like the new leaf piece, and we're getting them in dark green and white now. So those trees with like the snow caps look really, really good.
The outhouse thing, I will say, Lego, man, look, I think all of us that have been in the community long enough know, but just for anybody that's like out of their dark ages or they're just getting into Lego or whatever, man, Lego's got a weird fetish with like poop humor.
That's what I was gonna say. Before you go any further, you want to make a friendly bet that the outhouse has a poop thing in it?
I'm not gonna bet against it. Dude, you know there's gonna be a little poo in there, man.
I know.
You think so? Christmas.
Yeah. My goodness.
There, it doesn't matter. There's one one hidden in the Ninjago set. I mean, they're literally in a lot of sets.
Dude, and it looks fantastic. And I guess it's just if I wasn't collecting so much other stuff or had the extra money, I'd probably buy like 2 of them or something to make, a nice, more complete.
I've bought the last like 4 winter sets, so I'll probably buy this one.
I would say that seems to be a popular thing. Like there is some people, I thought I saw just a comment a minute ago about like they collect the winter sets, man. And look, I would love to, because especially with the city and stuff, I would love to be able to make it all winterized. What's that?
There's a lot of people that do you remember the ceramic, like, I forgot what brand it is or who does them, but like the whole village scenes that people build out of those that have like lights and anything.
My mom used to do that.
There's a bunch of people that do that with these Legos.
Yeah. And it makes sense, man. I mean, it's just one of those things another thing that Lego is good for. You know what I mean? You know how we talked about like Lego is good for so many different things, therapy or just creativity or whatever, like, or different branches of it. And this is just another thing, man. Some people love winter.
They had to catch that niche. I mean, there's a market for it out there.
And then some people, they even go like the extra mile, lighting them up and stuff like that. And I saw some more people out there.
We got Shy and Trevor Long in the house.
What's going on, Trevor? What's going on, Shy? What are you up to, my friend? Thank you for being here.
Now, Big Nate, if that was true, Big Nate said, Mr. Hanky, if you could get Mr. Hanky in a Lego minifigure or a Lego small figure.
I agree, but they're not touching South Park with us.
Oh, they're not at all.
Right. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't want them to touch South Park. I mean, look, even I am like, look, I think South Park, as much as I love South Park, and what people don't realize about South Park is as much as vulgar and everything it can be, it always teaches a lesson. You know what I mean?
It's very, very.
But it would taint Lego, dude. I just feel like it would taint Lego, dude. You can't affiliate a show that has shown some of the stuff on there, whether it's funny or you find it funny or you don't. You can't affiliate that with Lego, man. I'd rather much see them mess with war and stuff than
I think we've evolved. Society is like kind of in your face now. So isn't it more acceptable? Like South Park.
Well, South Park is not acceptable.
But look,
I'm trying.
Here's the thing: if they did, it would open up a floodgate of everybody would want Breaking Bad and everything else. You know what I mean? It's just it would be.
South Park is literally touched on everything that is wrong. I mean, everything.
Yeah, man. Well, it's like they've been around. I mean, like second to the Simpsons, I think longer.
Yeah,
animated show.
Certainly over 20 years.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, I mean, I was young when it came out.
Yeah, I was watching it in high school. So.
Goodness. Winter Village every year. Yep. Rich, you mean like cough? That must be an inside joke.
Tori has a Winter Village that she puts out with our Lego.
Tan Jam in the house. What's going on, my friend? Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Max says, "Give me Breaking Bad Lego." Dude, there's all kinds of look. That's why as much as I've talked about it and not understood it or whatever about customizing or taking certain, Lego and making your own. But look, I'm so grateful for the custom market, man. I mean, look what all the stuff they give us. We should all be grateful for the custom market. you know. So, anyways, all right, moving on.
Moving on. We got the Speed Champions released. We know what they're coming out with. There's a car that's not revealed, but there is going to be the Ford Mustang Dark Horse, the Audi e-tron, and the 2-pack will be the BMW, which will be a race car and then a M4 GT3.
Oh, nice.
So I know that don't mean like anything to y'all, but that BMW M4 GT3 is like that's one you're going to want to get. Screw the Mustang. Yeah. Nobody likes Mustangs.
I need a Mustang in the city though, seriously, man. Because I got a couple sigfigs that own Mustangs. I just feel like I got to get a Mustang in there for them, man.
Well, the Dark Horse might look really, really cool. The Dark Horse is like, so I do not like Ford at all, but the Dark Horse is one of those cars that like it's above and beyond. But I don't know that Ford has that much hand in making it other than their emblem on it.
Is that? Now, excuse my car ignorance, but is that a race car or is that just the new Mustang that's come out?
It's kind of like, you know how they have like a Mustang and then there's like a GT 350 and then there's like a GT 500. That's a step above the GT 500, but it's one of them things. I mean, it's unrealistic that you're ever going to get one as a normal person.
Right. Interesting. One thing I do like about the Audi is it's the rims or the tires. I love how it's red around the edges like that and stuff. I really appreciate the design. It's the bottom left corner. So good stuff. What's everybody saying out there? I just need to buy a Lego City van. Right. Let's see here. Mayos is Lurk. Oh, right on.
And the other one that's with that, the BMW hybrid is going to be, it's like I don't know how to explain it to non-car people, but it's going to look like an F1 car pretty much. And the e-tron is actually the big boy. The e-tron is a fully electric Audi that makes a lot of power.
Yeah, I want to look, and again, you would know this way better than me, but just from stuff that I've read about here and there, it seems like the electric vehicles are definitely making progress as far as like speed.
They are.
And especially with the motorcycles.
Well, the thing about an electric car is for a normal combustion engine to make torque, it has to pretty much build it. So it doesn't just have it on demand. You have to build up to it.
Right.
An electric car is just torque on demand. So the minute you step on the gas, it's there. And they're just ridiculous how quick that they gain speed.
I think that, and again, excuse my ignorance, but I would assume, and maybe this is already done, when a vehicle is in motion, obviously there's gears and stuff going, that you would be able to rework a charge like when that's happening. Because you know how like there's some of those vehicles when you stop at a stoplight, it says it's charging or whatever. But I would always assume that you could get a charge when you're moving. You know what I mean?
Most electric vehicles now, ever since like the Tesla dropped, have like these like regenerative braking. So when you don't have to brake, you can let off the gas and the car pretty much slows itself down. And when it slows itself down, it's pretty much recharging the battery. But the thing is you're never gonna. You couldn't depend on that. Like you couldn't.
Right.
Doing that, you couldn't drive past a certain mileage. Like it's gonna die on you.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a barrier that a lot of people have problems crossing. Like Mrs. Hive right now she's going to be buying a new vehicle soon, and she wants to get electric, but she's kind of scared to go like jump off the cliff and go the whole way. You know what I mean?
So at Subaru, we have that. The Solterra, which is like a project between Toyota and Subaru.
Right.
And we've not had any issues out of it, but it's just like a normal family vehicle. Teslas do stuff a little different. All of Tesla's software, anything, are considered beta versions.
Right.
So if something were to go wrong, you can't call and say, hey, my radio is not working. What's up? They're just going to say, well, it's a beta version and we're trying to work through it. As far as the Solterra is like a staple car, like, here it is, it's done, it works type thing.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty awesome though. So little car talk and our car topic theme, Good morning, Brick World. All right. So, but yeah, it's good stuff. Oh,
next up, we're getting the Crimson Firehawk from the Adventures. the Young Jedi Adventures, but it's going to be a 4+ set, so I don't think that that's going to be anything that anybody really picks up for anything other than figs. And the figs that are in here are kind of cool, but they don't mean much if you don't watch the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool looking shit. I'll be interested to see what the the set looks like.
Kind of looks bucks. Like the Ahsoka T6 just turned sideways.
But see, the thing is, man, it's like 136 pieces. I'm not saying obviously you can make a set, but this is what I've been complaining about for the last couple of years.
Well, you got to think
making their sets smaller. You know what I mean?
This is going to be a 4+ set though, so those pieces are going to be big.
Oh, it is a 4+ set.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the 4. I'm sorry, my bad.
You're not.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
It won't be made up with like plates or anything. It's probably going to be big chunks.
Yeah,
it's going to be like Brick Babe's Batmobile.
Yeah, that I took back because it was too expensive.
I like how you called it Brick Babe's Batmobile.
Yeah, they were like
she designed.
She complained about that thing for like 2 weeks.
I know she did.
I got the 4+ set, and then but I took it back and I got the Batwing because it was a better bang for my buck. Like that 4-piece set was $27. The 4+ set was $27, but the Batwing was $37. It was like it was just cooler.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
The car was already built, so they already had like the front. There was nothing to build. It was 4+.
My Brix and Me says Nubs is an absolutely adorable character. Assuming that must be from the show. Yeah.
Yeah. If you haven't watched a episode or at least looked up the characters, I advise you to look up the characters because even though this kind of takes place nowhere relevant to what we're in any of the live action, I believe that those figures would be really cool. Of course, RJ is a droid, but
I mean, even the last Young Jedi set that came out, the figures are really great. I just the set I thought sucked, but I like the figs. I just wasn't paying obviously the price just for the figs, but. All right,
let's see if I can do this real quick. Let me remove this. And
I love having a little soundboard here.
So this right here is the figs that we are more than likely going to see, which is the little bear.
Dude, and look, clearly this is a kid show and I have no interest in watching it, but I appreciate very much just the variety of characters and the color schemes and all that stuff, man. It looks really good. You know what I mean? Which would also make really good minifigs.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with that Nubs bear too, you got to realize they don't have to do too much reworking because that's kind of just like a blue Ewok.
Pretty much. What else we got, man?
Next up is the big boy itself, the Venator.
Yeah. I
mean,
I don't know, man. It looks great. I don't really know what to say about it. I like the stand. I appreciate that stand.
So I had a talk the other day with somebody. We were talking about basically to lead into this. I quit buying Lego sets a lot just because of the simple fact that I wanted to focus on the castle. The castle is what's going to grow my YouTube channel, and it's going to be something that's different. Anyone can go out there and buy a set. Building
you clearly have a passion for it as well.
Different, yeah. Well, I love Star Wars. I have a huge passion for Star Wars.
Well, so the problem is that too.
I wanted to be that like UCS completionist, and I bought every single one up until the AT-AT. So I don't have the AT-AT. I don't have the X-Wing, nor do I have the Razor Crest, which are 3 that I really want. Now, the joke has always been that I'm getting the AT-AT for free. I've been saving up points, and that'll be something that I'm almost there to the point where I can just walk out of the door with it for free.
Yeah.
But throwing this on top of it, this is a really cool looking set, but it honestly is just something else. Like I've had so much bad luck with the normal Imperial Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
I know that this one will probably be built better because it's, of course, advanced in techniques over the years. But I just don't know about buying this and building it just to set it somewhere.
Dude, I mean, yeah, that's the thing a lot of us have to contemplate. Even me, and like I said, I'm stupid for me to say it because of the amount of space I have. But like clearly, you know, I'm limited on kind of space too, you know, from what I have. So I have to like take stuff away or whatever. But like, you know, trying to figure these certain UCS ships, man, you just gotta really kind of plan on how you're gonna display them because they're so big. And sometimes it's not like the length, maybe it's the wingspan, like the gunship, dude. This was where I've got it right there is, in my opinion, probably the safest place I can have it at the moment. But it's still nerve-wracking because that wingspan, you know, sticks out so far. Yeah, I don't know. But I can tell you this, my solid opinion about the Venator is when you look at the Star Destroyer. I mean, the Star Destroyer is rad. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's Star Destroyer. It's epic in its own right. But like something about the Venator, man, looks so much more prettier than Death Star.
Oh, it definitely does.
I don't know if it's just the little highlights of color or if it's the more sleek design.
I mean, the Imperial Star Destroyer has that like huge bridge up top, and it just sticks up so far. Whereas the Venator looks definitely a lot more sleeker. But I will say that if you look at the back of it, where the thrusters are, or whatever you want to call them, the engines, I think the Imperial Star Destroyer looks better. And
I also want to mention too that I am extremely happy for like the prequel fans, you know, and the cloners out there and stuff, man, because I know this means a lot to them.
But see, there's the Venator. We also just got hit with they're dropping a battle pack that has like, I think it's 3 clones and 4 3 clones and 4 droids and super droids in it or something. All that stuff. But the thing is like, so all the prequel fans, and if y'all are out there, y'all are probably going to hate me for saying this, but y'all have been complaining that Lego does not do anything for y'all. And they literally just keep dropping sets for y'all. And now y'all are just still not happy.
Dude, listen.
A Star Wars Lego fan will never be happy. They could design the sets themselves and they would not be happy.
It's inherent. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of backlash would be a lot less backlash if Lego didn't put themselves on their pedestal, you know what I mean, floating above the rest of us and thinking that when they go to the bathroom, it smells like freaking mint and cookies. By the way, I wanted to acknowledge something that Shai pointed out. I can't wait to get this day one only to sit unbuilt in my backlog for years. I mean, but you know, look, it's real easy. I wanted to say something real quick. It's real easy, and it is funny. It's a funny thing to say. You know what I mean? Helmet holes. Oh my god, I know, right?
Yeah, like so. That's another thing. Like, what does it matter? They have helmet holes. Who cares? Like,
dude,
who cares?
No. You're saying who cares? Clearly, it's the Star Wars fans that care.
Yes,
look,
but they put the whole thing.
There's a lot of things that look. I went on a tirade about Sabine Wren. You know what I mean? From a Star Wars show. I'm sure there's a lot of people that looked at me and was like, that guy's a moron. You know what I mean? Like, what are you complaining about? You know what I mean? So I try to put that kind of stuff in perspective. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll still say like, man, you're stupid for blah, blah, blah. But I get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wanted to say real quick about Shai and the backlog stuff. Because it's a funny comment and I get the comedy in it. But you know what, man? It's not necessarily a bad thing. Because think about something years down the road, man. You know, when you've got time, let's say you've got enough time, like you're bored. Like, well, I've got a 6,000 piece set, man, I could build. Or what if you decide maybe you don't want it anymore? That's a nice little thing you can sell, man, to make a little bit of money. So, because there's some stuff that I bought and they've been sitting in my backlog for a while, and I've ended up deciding, like, you know what, I don't really want it as much as I thought I did, but man, it's worth a lot more money now than, you know, so yeah, man. But I get the comedy part of it. AFL After Dark, what's going on? Thank you for being here, my friend. You guys always crack me up. Yeah, the helmet hole thing, that's hilarious. But I get what you're saying, Rich, too. I get it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like the holes there, they're not going to create a new mold. They're just not going to. And then the hole is also there so you could put accessories onto the helmet. And if you didn't have that, then you would complain.
Well, and plus, it's a contrast of Lego Star Wars fans. And when I say this, I don't want it to sound like I'm saying they feel entitled, because I'm a Lego Star Wars fan. You know what I mean? But we we understand what Star Wars does for Lego and how much money they make off of it and all the new people and all the fans they get because of it. So then we see you make these molds or skirts or whatever for these other themes that are probably going to last maybe one season or something, you know, or one wave or whatever. Yeah. And you can't do that for Star Wars. And then you say things like no details going missed, or you know, whatever all the crap that they say, you know what I mean? So that's when you start piling all that stuff up, man. And then, you know, we're like, what are these helmet holes all about? You know, because you can't, whatever, huh?
I look at all that as almost like clickbait. Like no matter what, they're gonna tell everybody that this is the greatest thing, you know, that they've created yet, and then next year they're gonna come out with another one and say it's the greatest. It's just, I mean, that's a business. I mean, how many times have you watched, talking about cars, a Ford commercial, and they tell you the truck's the best one that's out there on the market? Then after that, a Chevy commercial comes on, and it tells you that it's got the best truck out there on the market. Then a Toyota commercial comes out there, and it tells you the Tundra has more towing capacity than the other two.
And Rich, if we have a stream, you know, about Ford trucks, I will complain about those as well. You know, but we're not talking about Ford trucks. We're talking about Lego. And yeah, I know a lot of other businesses do it too, because it's a very cliche thing to say.
Oh, yeah.
But Lego really pushes it hard, like literal, not just like it's a thing to say. Like they push that, man, because then they mark stuff up. You know, they've opened 1,000 Lego stores across the world. You know what I mean? It's a different conversation. But yeah, I get what you're saying, man. We complain a lot. So as far as the vendor goes, good ship. Can't wait. You know, I want to get it day one. We'll see if it happens. But like you said, man, between the Avengers Towers and this, that's over $1,000 for 2 sets.
Yeah. And then next up.
Oh, this is the thumbnail. Look at it. Flying out them boxes, everybody. Dude, love it.
I don't think Lego thought that through. Maybe they did think it through, but what I don't understand is these boxes are glued and the Mario boxes are taped. Now, you could still take the, you know, tape just as easy, but
do you think,
I don't know.
Okay, all right. I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on here for a second. Everybody, I'm playing conspiracy theory for a minute, okay? So please, just hear me out. Do you think that it's possible that Lego might realize that maybe CMFs aren't going to be profitable here eventually? Because whatever reason, they're going to have to raise the prices and people won't pay too much. Like they're going to reach a place where it's like, we can only charge so much before people are just like, look, we're not paying $8 for a minifig. You know what I mean?
So I don't think that's all.
Oh, really?
Because you got to think so Lego's eventually going to raise the prices of. I mean, it's just what it is,
right? And raising the prices on sets is different than one minifig. That's what I'm saying. Like even $5 for one minifig is like.
But how many people? Now I want you to think about this. Buy a CMF because of something in there that is a once only used element.
Yeah, I do.
The Cruella de Vil Disney CMF. I bought like 10 of them.
Now, are we talking about people like us, or are we talking about just the average kid that's buying, you know, a CMF, or
anybody in the Lego community that is trying to do things like mocks or anything?
I know, but that's two very separate niches of spending and consumer, you know, buying. You know what I mean? Like, because on our end, yes, I would say yes, we definitely buy stuff like that. Just like we'll buy a set that we don't really care about, but it's got pieces in it that we want, you know. Your average person, no.
This is a perfect example, though. A polybag is just like a CMF almost, right? I mean, they're the same price. So that polybag that me and Lene were talking about is the one with the dreams. It comes with a Z blob and a bunny, and then like a little spider build, and then a little thing.
Right.
All right. I've bought 10 of them so far just for that Z blob, and people are like, "Well, you're wasting money because you could have just bought the figure." But if you go on Bricklink, the figure is $5.99. So I'm saving $1 by buying the polybag. You're going to do the same exact thing with them CMFs. The CMF, the more that they raise the price on them, the more the elements that are in there are going to become more expensive. That Cruella
but
is like $3 or $4. So why not buy it and get the minifig?
No, I know. And in theory, I understand what you're saying, and it makes sense. And it would still go for a while. But like, dude, there's gonna be a breaking point. You know what I mean? For a CMF. Like,
But
and
when
look, and then we haven't even talked about the elephant in the room about the CMFs is especially now with boxes, you don't know what you're getting, which we'll get to in a minute because I've
But
kind
that's
of
the
I've kind of
truth.
cracked that code a little bit, but we'll talk about it in just a minute. So that aspect of it is again, no matter what the piece is in the box that you want, you know what I mean? Like what's gonna, so I saw, who was it? Alternate candidate says, you know, I feel like CMS will sell until they break the $10 mark, you know, like that would have probably been a pretty good poll question too, about what would be your breaking point with a CMF. No matter how good the CMF is, because again, buying it right out of the box, you don't know what you're getting. You know what I mean? It'd be different if you could pick and you're like, yeah, I'll pay $10 for that fig, you know, but I'm not going to pay $10 for this fig.
That's the whole like fun about it. I mean, the CMFs are supposed to be for kids. If you go to a kids aisle at Walmart, how many things are put in blind bags? It's the fun of it.
Yeah, I understand your opinion. You have fun with the mystery shopping. I get it. But I do not like just gambling my money, not knowing what I'm getting.
But see, there's the thing though. There's a market to where you don't have to gamble. You can go to Bricklink and buy the figs you want.
Yeah, but then you got to pay for shipping, or you might have to pay for the up cost.
Exactly. So that's why you just buy the boxes.
Yeah, but if I don't get what I want, dude, I could buy 5 of them and still not get what I want. That's 5, 10, 15.
Well, that's why you break the boxes open and you look inside.
Oh my god! So look, the whole not knowing what it is thing. That's a whole different argument. You know, that's something me and Sean the Right Way battled out. You know what I mean about bags versus boxes and stuff. But look, what I want to mention what I did yesterday because I bought some yesterday, and I posted about it on Instagram. And I posted betting no duplicates, right? Mm-hmm. And there was a reason why, because a post came out. I can't remember who put it out, and I screenshotted it, and they had codes, you know, that are on the boxes for each minifig, right? So, and by the way, after I'm done saying this, I'm going to check the poll and see what that's looking like. So go ahead and vote on the poll if you haven't. So let me grab one here.
Well, that code thing's already been broke. That doesn't work.
Well, I found that out kind of. So, ding wire. So yeah, the code itself, like the numerical code, wasn't correct. But I did notice that they had different codes, right? So what I did was I got one of each code, and lo and behold, I only got. At first, I thought I did right because I had no duplicates. They're all different, man. Until I got to like basically the last one, and I got a duplicate of Moon Knight. So I got all of them except for 3. So was it 12? I think 12 in that series.
Yeah.
So I got like 9. So yeah, I got 9 out of the 10 that I bought were not duplicates. So I don't know what that means, because if I was going to go by just like evidence or statistically, all those different numerical codes were a different fig. Now I might not be able to figure out which one, but at least I knew I was getting a different one. But then I got the duplicate. I don't know. Maybe if somebody glued the box back, or if it's just, I don't know.
There's going to be no way possible on those box. I'm not going to say they wouldn't do it in the future or whatever, but there's no way possible on a bag or a box polybag, or not polybag, but CMF, to ever know what is inside of it by a marking on the outside. Numbers.
So you're saying out of the 10 that I got, 9 of them were not duplicate. Only one was a duplicate. That was an abnormality. Yeah.
There's tons of people online that have tried that. They were saying the numbers correspond to a fig, but if you look, there's other people that have shown that is a lie. That's just like it's some kind of code that Lego used in the boxing of it.
Which again, I would totally, and I'm not sold on what I'm talking about, but I mean, and I could totally buy that. You know what I mean? Because clearly, it's not like I can pick which one. But like I said, I bought 10. 9 of them were not duplicates. So it's just, so I'm going to do an experiment. I don't know, maybe today, but at least pretty soon, I'm going to go buy a couple more and especially buy ones with the same number on the boxes that I already got, and just see if they're the same or if they're completely different. Cause I'm just curious. Cause I'm not bringing a scale in, to freaking.
I was about to say the only way to really do it like right is use a scale, but even with the scale, there's like multiple figs that weigh the same.
Yeah. I mean, but not only that. Again, that's my threshold. That's where I'm not crossing the line.
I mean, honestly,
I'm not bringing a scale into like the store to lay out the boxes, man. Now, if they were doing like Mr. Gold or something, or like that Chrome Vader in the box, maybe I don't know. That's a little different, but yeah, I mean, it's just I don't mind feeling some bags, you know, for a little bit of time and stuff. You know what I mean? And even like you go to the Lego store, like the Lego store employees are awesome about like getting them all like separated, so you don't have to have them blind bags. And you know what? If you still like that surprise, go for it. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's I know that like people don't like the opinion of it, but that is honestly the truth. If you don't like buying the blind bags or the blind boxes because you're afraid you're going to get what you don't want or what you already have, go to Bricklink and spend extra money. That's just all there is to it. That's you can literally go to Bricklink and buy the entire set and pay for shipping on multiple people's stores and just get it over with. You're going to pay a little more, but guess what? You know what you're getting.
Yeah. It's an interesting subject, you know, that's for sure.
There's plenty of CMFs that I have that I've bought multiples of just to get certain things out of them. And then I'm stuck with all these figs. And then again, there's multiple, like for instance, I did that Harry Potter one, the last Harry Potter CMF. I bought, I think it was 3 boxes of them, and I just opened them, and whatever one got duplicates of, I was giving away. I could have sat there and felt the bags and do all that and everything else, which I've done and I've still done up until, you know, this box thing. But the thing is if you're really that worried about getting something you don't want, just spend the extra money.
You know, interesting enough, a thought occurred to me. I totally disagree with you, by the way. But that doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there. But look, let me ask you all something, man. Imagine if a certain wave of people were just buying like fake figs. You know what I mean? Because they're like, you know what? I'm voting with my wallet. Lego's just getting ridiculous with their prices, so I'm just gonna go buy fake figs, man. Would they be welcomed into our community?
I mean, what do you mean by fake figs? Like,
a lot of people do it now.
Yeah, a lot of people do it now. You got to realize there's a lot of people you go to look at their mock, and their mock Lego isn't producing some of those.
Well, I mean, if you put a fake fig in a mock, I mean, I'm not talking necessarily about just that. I'm talking about just in general, just the same way we would buy minifigs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What's the difference? I mean, if you're going to buy a
what's the difference? One says Lego on it, and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, I have a Mario and Luigi fig. He's decapitated right now because it was my head. But yeah, I mean, Lego doesn't make these, but it's like if you wanted to make a certain post and it's clear, so it's not like I'm trying to pass off Fuego to the purists. Everybody knows they don't make it, but
I mean, is there anybody in us that does not have a fake Lego fig?
I know. I mean, I got 2 of them. I got Rick and Morty.
So that's what I'm saying. It's out there. You're going to pay for a fake fig if you want a certain fig. Sometimes you're going to have to buy a fake one.
Now, I think there's a difference in like a fig that's not made by Lego and a knockoff. Then that's totally different. Like I have a whole bag, and I think I talked about this before. These were on the mock that I won that you posted. So, but these are all these like weird Christmas Marvel. These are all these like weird Christmas Marvel figs. So they don't make them, but I got them just for the sake of the lug display. See, a Christmas Batman. It's like, you know, Lego doesn't.
Merry Christmas, Batman.
But you know, it's just for fun. So I don't think, as long as you keep them separate, because if you ever want to sell or something, you know, don't pass on Fuego to anybody.
Definitely.
I mean, I done the same thing that she done. I wanted to build. We had a thing that was going on, which will be talked about later. But we were building Halloween pretty much habitats. Well, I wanted to do horror figs. Well, guess what? Lego's not touching them, but there are somebody out there that does. But you have to buy some figs fake. You're always going to run into that. Fake figs are.
No, go ahead.
No, yeah.
But
this is like a totally different. Like this could go down a long road of conversation. Not even a debate, just conversation.
But we need to distinguish between fake figs and like CMFs. Some are Lego figs, Lego, mold.
Yeah, we're talking about the difference between bootleg and custom.
Oh yeah, we're talking about like the cheapsy ones you get in those crinkly bags.
But even custom figs are usually more expensive than a regular Lego minifig. And the point I was making was like, I'm tired of paying all this money for Lego minifigs. I'm gonna vote with my wallet, just go buy knockoff stuff. And what I was saying was, if somebody did that, you know what I mean, would they be welcomed into the community? And I would say
I would welcome into there. I don't care what they do.
Well,
yeah, that's sometimes that's a financial type thing, and I'm not in their wallet because I'm not going to give you any money to get the real one, so I'll appreciate your fake ones.
Real quick, let's look at the poll. I was kind of curious about that. So the question was in the poll, do we still prefer CMF boxes or bags? So we got 57 votes, and we got a solid 82% say bags. And we have 18% that said boxes. Hey, we welcome all opinions here. So
I look at your opinion or your statement kind of like this. I don't eat McDonald's, but if you eat McDonald's, that's fine. But your McDonald's is not going to taste as good as my steak, is the way that I look at that.
But would McDonald's be welcome? But would McDonald's be welcomed into a 5-star restaurant club?
Yeah, you can sit beside me and eat your McDonald's.
No, not you. Not you as an individual. We know we can sit next to you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as a group, as a whole, as a community.
I mean, there's always purists out there. That's kind of like that goes back to the whole Star Wars fan thing. There's always going to be people that are against something.
Well, but purists have different levels.
Lower quality. It's a quality thing. Remember, like President Trump did like something with McDonald's, and he like cater one of the meetings and they had a fit. He gave them all McDonald's.
No, but I think for a lot of people, that's really getting too deep into this, is, like I said, there's different levels of a purist Lego person. You know what I mean? Some people are like strictly what Lego has made. Then there's people that vary away from that. And they're like, well, even custom, as long as it's made with Lego parts. But even then you jump the shark, so to speak, where now you're talking about people that don't even buy like real Lego. You know what I mean? And it gets a lot of different vibes from different people. You know what I mean?
Go right into what we're talking about this week in cars. I am a huge car guy, and one of the things that I don't understand from a certain aspect is there's a lot of people that buy replica wheels. I do understand it. Replica wheels. There's companies out there that have been stated, and they are legit, and they make like wheels that are just of certain quality, and then there's companies that copy that exact same wheel and put their name on it.
Right.
And the quality is just not there. You know that when you're buying it.
Right. I mean, I personally don't care because I have we were just talking mainly minifigs, I got the Rick and Morty, but I mean, I have other stuff that's like custom stuff, but it's not even made with Lego, like the storage containers and stuff, like that's not like,
well, the storage container. Yeah. I have, you're talking about the Eclipse graphics ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have those.
Jumper Plate, what's going on? He says, who is this bouncer of the community? Oh man, I don't want to say it's any one person or anything like that, but it's just an interesting conversation because there's different levels of this stuff. You know what I mean? And
I think it really just depends on what people are wanting to spend what on. I think my castle, if it were to be built with something like Blue Bricks, how much money could I have really saved?
Right. Well, and that's the other thing. Like, okay, a lot of people maybe when they're thinking of like knockoffs, they're thinking of like Lepin and stuff. But there's clearly other brands, which we're going to do a topic on eventually. We've been talking about it of like Mega Blocks or Blue Bricks or Kobe or just like the different stuff that's out there. And then of course like Brick Mania. You know what I mean? Like just these different companies that some use Lego, some don't. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's a very fascinating subject for me, though.
I believe that whole subject, when it comes to a lot of that, revolves around the purist and the custom. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that Lego doesn't make that people have to go custom. Right. So when you go custom, you're going to have to go to a third.
You have to.
Party.
Yeah. You don't have a choice. You know what I mean? Lego's just not going to mess with some stuff. By the way, that was a great Coming to America reference there. McDowell's.
Some of you all have McDowell's. Some of us have Lego.
Topic Bricks, good morning to you. All right. Well, like I said, really interesting news today. I just knew we would have a good news show or segment because we'd be talking about these boxes and stuff like that because and that's what's great, dude. how boring would everything be if we all just agreed on the same thing and didn't have any difference of opinions on stuff, man? Like, it would just be so boring. Even just like as a viewer, just watching our conversations. I agree. Yeah. Oh, I agree with that. Yeah. Like,
I agree with you.
Get some up in here. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll do some celebrations. Let's go and do some celebrations. Thank you to Brick Babe for always getting some great celebration segments for us. So here we go. Right on. Yeah, congratulations to celebrations and good luck to new things. By the way, did I say hi to Sidious? So what's up, Sidious? That's our Wu-Tang call to each other. What's he saying? I'm not defending Lego marketing because they did intentionally change to boxes for profits to stop fuelers, but the scale is just too far. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is definitely a good subject to talk about, maybe on a Hive stream, or maybe we can bring it up as a topic on another Good Morning Brook. Well, the problem is some of our topics, I mean, most of our topics that we ever have on the show, like, look, we're already into the second hour. Like, we just never really have enough time to get into most stuff. You know what I mean? But then there's some subjects like this. Like, I think this would be a good literal couple hour conversation / debate. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of different directions it can go, a lot of different opinions, just a lot of different ways to look at it. Everything from Lego's end, as far as, are they being deceitful about it? You know, is it more about just a cash grab? You know, kind of like the boxes, you know, versus the pad cups and stuff. You know, it's like, okay, like my biggest thing was like, all right, you want to do the boxes to the pad cup. Everybody knows my opinion on general recycling. You know what I mean? But like, you're not going to throw down some of the cost for us, because clearly making a little box is going to be a lot cheaper than making a pad cup.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know, whatever. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, cars. Brick Askew, what's going on?
Hey.
Good morning to you.
Good
So the
morning.
cars, I gotta tell you, I will start off saying that I just had no clue, even though I've liked cars as an observer, not even really as a driver. I don't even really like driving that much. But I can imagine if you did, and I can imagine the adrenaline rush from driving like a fast car and stuff like that. But I didn't think when I got into Lego, even once I got into the city stuff, that I would like be that interested in cars. But yeah, man, speed champions, creator expert cars. Then, you know, then we have cars like this, you know, that are just phenomenal. I still love this thing so much. I can't even tell you how much I love this car. It's still one of my favorite builds that I've got since I've had gotten back into Lego. But the scale, now I do want to reference that this is kind of, I would call this a hybrid between a creator expert and a Technic car. Because I have a somewhat controversial opinion about Technic cars. I don't like them. I know some people do. I just don't know how you can look at a beautiful, smooth looking car with windshields and all this stuff, man, and then be like, yeah, I prefer one with no windshields with a shitload of holes in it. I mean, I don't get it, but to each their own. You know what I mean? But the variety of cars in Lego is just phenomenal. I mean, just cars. We're not even getting into like other things, buses, RVs, campers, trucks, semis. Like, I'm dying to get a Lego semi truck. You know, with the
I
trailer.
really thought we were gonna get like a Speed Champion scale Optimus Prime tractor trailer.
Oh, come on, right?
Like,
How beautiful would that be, man? Even if you can only fit the old Speed Champions, maybe, you know, which I got this one out because this was my first Speed Champion. Was it the McLaren? Yeah. Love the Rams.
Yeah.
Love the Rams, dude.
That was one of my first.
Yeah, this was my first. And a little shout out, Chef T sent this to me. He gifted this to me. Yeah. So he technically got me hooked up with my first Speed Champion. But yeah, man, to have a trailer like that, at least one of these would be able to go up into. Because I've got another Speed Champion too as a reference. So you can kind of see, you know, the difference in the different stuff.
Well, Speed Champions used to be 6 wide, now they're 8 wide.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is the James Bond car, but it's still a Speed Champion.
Oh, that Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Oh, my Aston Martin story.
So I brought out these not just to show off like different cars necessarily, but to show off the scale, because you got your Technic cars or your hybrids like the Batmobile.
I think you're thinking too much about the Technic cars, though. The Technic cars are just big cars that are made out of Technic. I mean, cranes are made out of Technic. All that stuff that's made out of Technic is
some stuff makes more sense.
But they all have some type of Technic. Like I built that monster shark thing for Shark Week, and that had a lot of Technic. It's the one that you pull back, you know, and it kind of goes.
Well, the reason I call that one a hybrid is because the internal guts are basically all Technic almost. You know what I mean? But it's doesn't look necessarily like a Technic car because it's smoothed over. You know what I mean? So there's that scale of vehicles that they make, and then the next step down would be like the Creator Expert cars, like the bigger Aston Martin I just showed. Stuff like the Ecto 1, you know, like the Fiats, the Volkswagens, the Mustangs, you know what I mean? Like those are in that general scale.
What about that big camper?
Huh?
Remember the big camper that came out about a year ago?
Yeah, it's the same. That'd be a Creator Expert, which was kind of weird because just like with the Fiat, we just gotten a camper. Well, I guess it was more than a couple years before that, but I don't know. It's kind of an odd choice, you know. And then with the Creator Expert cars, even that kind of branches into two different things where like they do stuff like the Mustang, you know, like your normal type cars, but then like we've gotten IP cars, you know, like Aston Martin. Well, I don't know if the Aston Martin would technically
the Mini Cooper.
Yeah, Mini Cooper was another one. I believe he's got the Porsche right there.
I was saying, I'm pretty sure both of these have. Yeah, this has Technic in it too.
All of these cars have Technic.
Yeah, everything you build is going to have Technic in it.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
The like big Technic.
Like I'm not against having Technic as part of the build. What I hate is having a Technic car. Yeah, like that stuff, man.
Like the bones of it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but so do you realize that if Lego were to make this size out of like this stuff, you're looking at like $1,000? And also the Technic
then don't make it. I don't know. Like just because you can make something shitty looking doesn't mean you should make it.
But the Technic side of this is more like it's the Technic pieces. It's what you're buying. It's Technic. It has nothing.
I know, and that's why I said I hate it.
It's not Lego. It's Technic.
Oh, so you're considering Technic not part of Lego?
He's
It's
being
not. It's its own thing. Technic is its own theme.
So he's
when
being
you're buying Technic, you know that you are buying something that's going to come out looking like this.
Yeah, I get that. That's the difference I was making in between buying a Technic car and just having Technic pieces part of the build. That's what I was referencing. Like to your right, that big monstrosity that you got sitting there. I think that thing is god awful ugly.
You are
just
crazy.
Because it resembles a Porsche with a ton of holes and no windshield doesn't mean that it's, you know. Now the other one next to you there in front of you, that's a beautiful looking car.
I feel like this is show and tell. We shouldn't put down the others. What they brought to show today.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. Sorry. It's a beautiful car. Legion, yeah, I agree. Legion, what do you think? Raptor was asking.
I think I agree with Rich. It's like Technic's its own thing. So Because I have a few Technic sets, and anytime I buy one, I'm like, I'm not expecting it to come out like this one. I'm coming out to look like that because it's just what Technic looks like, and
Yeah.
I enjoy building.
The other huge side of that is a Technic build will have so much more detail that you don't realize that this will. I mean,
that's a bold statement, Rich.
Technic has gear. Do what?
I said that's a bold statement, man.
The orange Technic set has gears in it. You have to put it in drive for the wheels to roll forward. You have to put it in reverse for it to roll backwards. You're literally building pretty much a transmission.
Okay, then build a transmission, man. Just don't wrap an
do
ugly
that
car around it. I mean,
you can't do that out of Lego.
And look, I want everybody to understand, just in case you're new around here, if you love Technic stuff, that's great. I don't want you to take my opinions and be like, I shouldn't like this because Hive said it was ugly. I mean, look, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but you know, if you ask Mrs. Hive, she's gonna be like, yeah, man, he's gorgeous. But it doesn't mean everybody's gonna think I am. Look, I just don't like the aesthetics looking of these Technic cars, man. I bought the Lamborghini Scion, you know, a few years back. And it was one of the biggest things I regretted ever, man. I set a lamp on top of that. I used it as a table for a while. And finally, I was able to trade it for something that I thought was much better. But again, if you like them, that's great. And Technic is awesome for things like cranes, you know, bigger trucks, you know, like even that Land Rover looked good. You know, when you're trying to make a sleek looking car, just like, you know, but, and also I will give Technic always the benefit of the doubt of being like kind of like indestructible. Anyways,
yeah.
That's my opinion about Technic.
You know what? I wish we got more prints. I'm sick of the stickers. Like some of the models you notice now, they're putting prints on.
Mm-hmm.
The Ferrari had a lot of prints. That little 1x1 has that little Ferrari that I'm always trying to like use in something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like more prints. That's
I think a lot of us would, but there are a lot of people that do enjoy the stickers in a way. I guess that model builders would kind of like to like applying stickers. You know what I mean? I just think when you get to a certain price point, it's like, yeah, you should just print that. Real quick, I just want to check the chat. Those cars are amazing. The creator, I have a Hive rant about the Audi rally car that Speed Champ was released a few years ago. Oh, really? Let's see here. To each their own. Yep. I'm always about to eat your own. Do not. Yeah, I hear that. Let's see here. What else are we saying? I'm still waiting for a Generation 1 Soundwave Transformer set. Yeah, dude. They'll do Soundwave, I think, before Megatron. I mean, for the Generation 1 version. They're not going to make a gun. But they'll make a boombox. And I agree. The Soundwave would definitely sell well. I would have bought Soundwave instead of Prime when Prime came out. Chef says, 06 stud. Yep. Right. The 80s Audi Quattro rally car Lego released had a male fig in 1982. Michelle Mountain was runner-up in the World Rally Championship driving for Audi and the Quattro. Lego could have made the fig female. Yeah, I mean, especially with that in mind, that's important. And that's not even like, you know, and the thing that I appreciate about that too is that's not like representation, like forced or something. You know what I mean? That should be natural.
I agree with her 100%, but I am really glad that we got that Audi Quattro race car.
Well, the car, yeah, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, good car. Mayo says VW. Oh, Dude. I don't think I said hi to you, man. Good morning, Dude. Thank you so much for being here. VW T1, T2 camper sold really well. Yeah, I heard that. Trevor says I really like the big Technic cars. However, the Shelby Mustang I didn't like as well as the Ford GT. I didn't think either looked like the cars. I don't know, man. Again, I'm not a big gearhead, you know, but I thought it looked pretty good. I mean, what do you think about the Mustang, Rich?
The Technic one,
the Creator Expert one.
The blue, well, there's two. There's a Technic, and then there's the Creator Expert. The Creator Expert could have like the normal or with like the engine through the hood.
Yeah.
That was really cool, but I didn't buy it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a Ford fan. That was one of the crazy sets that they came out with also that you could have built in. Like there was a bunch of people that have instructions of how to turn that into a truck and stuff.
Right.
It looked now that looked like a Mustang, but what Trevor is talking about, I agree. He's talking about that lime green Technic one. or I guess it's lime green.
Right. Let's see here. What was saying? Contra says I got my first speed champion set thanks to a reseller the other day. Yeah, I mean, it did great. Your scientists were so preoccupied whether or not they could. Right? Some people just can't grasp the technic attraction. I mean, look, I don't deny the mechanics of them, like what Rich was talking about at all, and I appreciate that. Even though I don't know, man, there's a fine line with me on stuff like that, because is it cool? Like you can turn the steering wheel and the wheels turn. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool. It's like even with the Aston Martin, the Bond thing, you know, like the features in it are cool, but it's not like I'm sitting there playing with it. So like, I'm going to do it like one time or whatever, and then it's not, you know, I'm not messing with it anymore. You know what I mean? So it's more of just display. And those Technic cars, in my opinion, are some of the most adorable things to display. Now, I have seen people like, you know, Josh who builds stuff and stuff that he like displays them like kind of up against the wall, almost like it looks like a painting. You know, those look great, especially when you do like the color schemes with them. Because I'll definitely give it up that their color schemes for the cars and everything are good. Even the highlights, like the one you got right there, you know, how it's got the red right there in the front and stuff. They knock some stuff out of the park really well. It's just, you know, like I said, you guys have already heard me say my piece about it. Where was I? Technic rules. Mrs. Hive knows what's up. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Technic motorcycles look great too. I will say that. I would like to see, if I haven't already, a creator expert version, but I will say the Technic motorcycles look good.
But they have holes on them.
Yeah, I know, but it just doesn't look. I mean, so do like the cranes and stuff. But again, when you're trying to make like a nice looking car, man, it's just people forget they made a brick built VW Beetle in 2006 and it had exposed studs everywhere. I didn't forget, man. I remember seeing it. I remember you building that Technic car, Hive. It was interesting to watch. The other thing about the Technic stuff is if you mess something up, it's a nightmare, man, going back. It's not like a normal Lego set, which is also a nightmare, but like Technic, man, there's a reason why Technic is like tough. Yeah. That was a crazy stream. Isn't Lego making smaller Technic sets now? Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Usually like little monster trucks and stuff. Zizu, what's going on?
You're doing anything that involves like any kind of like movement out of Technic gears, and you get like 10 steps down the road and you're like, why don't this work? And then you realize you've done something wrong. It's just, you give up for the day.
I know, right? Like it's a long trek back, man. Let's see. What's everybody else saying here? Do you have any cars, Brick Babe, at all?
Like, you have a whole bunch.
Really?
Yeah, I built a whole lot of them. I have a lot in the backlog too. The one that I broke open to build, which I haven't, is the Fiat. But yeah, I got the Ferrari. I have a lot in my city. It's a ghetto now, but I'm trying to make it a city. But yeah, I have the Aston Martin. I can tell the Aston Martin story. So, you know, I don't know cars that much, but you know, my dad was a big like muscle car guy, but you know, I didn't.
Like I said, I've always appreciated observing really nice looking cars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because I remember like even when I was growing up and stuff, I'd have like a picture or a calendar, or sometimes it's like cars, you know. But it was just the mechanics of them I've never quite understood. You know, not until I got older. Now I can do some basic work on them, but
still not.
I don't know
mechanics of them,
because the Fiat, I think, like the first Fiat, I think was the first Creator Expert. Yeah, it was the first Creator Expert car I got, and I think I got it because I just wanted to spend money. And I was at the Lego store, and like there was nothing I wanted necessarily at that particular time. So I looked at the Fiat, and I was like, well, that's a pretty nice looking car, you know. So I got it, and it was just so fun to build. It was just a fun build, you know what I mean? I don't know. Once it's one of those things where some Lego sets are real monotonous and boring, you know what I mean? But then other ones are just exciting, and you just get into it and you start seeing it come together. And that's how that one was.
Yeah, I love the Speed Champion ones. I have like a whole bunch of those, and then I love the Marvel ones. Like I just built. So like I'll even get just to have the car. Like I bought the 4+. So I like the little Spider-Man one with the little dino,
Right.
Doc Ock with that.
Yeah.
With the set. It wasn't that. It was something in it. And then like the Miles car, I got that one. So I have non-speed champion ones as well. And then I had the Monster, the Monster Technic truck, which drove me bananas. But you know, the Aston Martin is the closest to my heart. I saw one. I was so happy that I could identify a car. So I was
gonna say, if you did not like that small monster truck, do not buy one of these.
Oh, I will not. I don't like Technic at all. But so I saw this lady with an Aston Martin. I was so excited. We were going to Barnes and Noble. We were in a hoity-toity part of town. So I was so excited. I said, "That's an Aston Martin, isn't it?" And she was, she was like, "Yes, it is." I was like, "I built one." She looked at me like I had 4 eyes on my forehead and kind of like clutched her purse and walked away swiftly. But I was excited. I have to remember I'm not talking to A-Falls because she looked at me like, "Chick, you don't look
right.
With the key in the door, let alone build one." But
Sidious, what do you think? They could always make Megatron as a tank and not a gun, but yes, someone would be better. Yeah, they can, but then it wouldn't be Generation 1. Richie in the house, our toy world, putting out banger videos. He just put a new one out. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it's yesterday. Definitely go check it out. It's really interesting. What else is going on out there? Man, that chat moves fast sometimes. Let's see here. Soundwave was so popular with the 80s kids. Yeah, man. He was, dude. I will say that Rapture says, we'll say that when I get Lego as a gift and it is Technic, I'm a little sad, but still want to build it. Yeah, I mean, any Lego is like pretty much good Lego. You know what I mean? Your butt hurts when riding Technic motorcycles. Yeah, right. I don't think the seats are very comfortable, but hey, what are you gonna do? Hey, there's King Oldendorf. What's going on? Good morning to you. Thank you for being here.
That Creator motorcycle was cute. We haven't mentioned the motorcycles, like the BMW motorcycle. What about those? Is that a car or that's a motorcycle?
I mean, no, it's a motorcycle, but
it's a motor vehicle, but not a car. Yeah.
Okay. Because last time we talked about cars, it was more of a general, broader conversation about vehicles. Because that's definitely a lot broader of a conversation. Like, as a matter of fact, I was digging through stuff and I found my you can barely see it right there in the city, the triple-decker bus from Harry Potter.
Night bus.
Yeah, the night bus. That's right.
I
forgot
right?
It's got a chandelier in it too that like flings around all over the place. So yeah, that's a totally different topic. So another little car I got here was your basic B city car. You can fit one minifig of this thing, dude. Cool. And this is there's, as far as I've been able to tell, there's basically 2 styles of cars of this size. There's like your basic city stuff like this, which I mean, I don't. You just take.
Is that the one that came in like the Shang-Chi set?
No, this actually came in a little city tow truck set. Anyways, but then the other one is the creator, not creator expert, but creator vehicles. Like I was looking for my the one that I can think of is I got the taxi one that came out a couple years ago.
The gift with purchase taxi?
No, it was a creator taxi.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's like this right here.
Well, the biggest thing about it that I noticed is you can't really fit a minifig in it. Like it's.
Oh, really?
I don't know if that's the same one or not, man.
This is the one we're talking about because there's no room to put a minifig. You use actually slopes for the glass.
Okay, yeah. So I think it's the same thing, but maybe not the same car because I don't remember having the big thing on the top the way you do the sign thing on the top of the car. But it's the same concept because the way the glass is and everything, you can't fit a minifig in it. And I don't think it's designed for that. It's just like, hey, here's a car you can build. It's not for playing like with a minifig or anything. I don't know.
Are you talking about the TWP that came out? That's
no. What I was specifically talking about was just a creator set that came out a few years ago, and it was just a taxi. I don't even remember why I bought it. I might have bought it just to put a taxi in the city. I'm not sure. But it's the same, pretty much around the same size. You just can't fit a fig in there. Trevor's video. Goodness. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me play a thing. What's a good one? One we haven't done in a while. I guess let's do Doctor Strange. We haven't done Doctor Strange in a while. Let's do that one.
All right, here comes a non-compliant spell. Yeah, you might feel it.
Oh, what is going on?
It's a protection spell. You're welcome.
Wow, this is fantastic.
It is fantastic. Thank you so much, Trevor. I appreciate that. You guys have no idea how much it helps the channel. You guys do stuff like that. You know, whether it's paying for, because I don't even just pay for regular StreamYard. I pay for the StreamYard that like allows everybody to access stuff which costs extra or whatever. You know, the website, the gifts that I give to members. You know, I mean, just and subscribers as well. So it really helps out a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you. Maybe oh, you're Lego City. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, the graffiti art stickers and stuff like that. Dude, if you want some good graffiti stuff to put in your city, man, please don't hate me if I say which. I don't remember if it's Citizens Brick or I can't remember which. Eclipse. Is they want to do it? Yeah, they have walls that have graffiti. I've got like several of them.
Eclipse has the walls.
Yeah. And are they the same ones that got the storage containers too? Because their storage containers also have graffiti on them. And
Eclipse Graphics prints on them, but they're not Eclipse. Like they're a third party company that he buys and he just
right. But then they print on it. Yeah. But yeah, I highly recommend if you have a city and you want that type of stuff. Like I took the storage containers and I used them as part of my train because you know, like when the trains go through the city and they've got like containers and you see graffiti on it, so it was just like perfect. So that's what I used it for. By the way, I've been really excited. I'm getting ready to get the train back up and running too. I just put out a video about that. So yeah, many different cars. You know, it's just that's a big thing I think within a lot of Lego collectors now.
If you have a city you love Speed Champions, that's just about what you have to do.
Well, there was a big thing too that a lot of people brought up, and I was so grateful that the new Speed Champion cars, you know, when they made them wider, that they're a little bit tight, but they still fit on the roads.
Yeah.
I can't remember or not because I don't have the new road base plates really or nothing like that in the city. But like, do they fit? I don't think they fit on those road plates, do they?
No, I mean they do, but if you have two cars going beside each other, it's really close. Like I think between the white lines there, I think that it's from the middle to one side is like 8 1/4 stud. Like it, the line is like right in the middle of a half stud.
Right.
So you're not getting two cars that are far apart. They're pretty close.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's pretty tight. And Cydia says Eclipse Graphics makes some cool graffiti stuff, but we need more. We do. Shai agrees. Yeah, we definitely do. And I would like to see more graffiti stuff on different things besides just like the brick wall or the storage containers. You know, like even just smaller. I don't know. Do you think stickers would be pretty cool? I mean, because then you can like kind of put them where you want in a way.
Yeah,
at least on glass or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely they make some really great. I love stuff, and that's again kind of goes back to what we were talking about with custom stuff. I mean,
we were actually talking about this back in the day of Brick Fair when we were walking around. You know, there's a huge train display.
Right.
All the Lego trains look like clean trains. Not single one of them has like graffiti on the side of it. And I was like, dude, down here where I'm from, every train car is covered from front to back. Every single one. The locomotive is the only thing that is not touched.
I mean, I feel like it isn't just in Baltimore where I live either. Yeah, like almost every single city I've ever been in, you know, which makes sense because the trains go through long places, you know, like long distances. But yeah, I remember when I can't remember if it was Shai that showed me those containers or if I saw them and Shai wanted some too. I can't remember, but man, when I saw them, that was immediately what I thought of. I was like, dude, those would be like, of course, if you've got like a big dock, you know, kind of like how Jang has his dock with the industrial kind of side to it or whatever. You've got these shipping containers, which we have that in Baltimore too, clearly. But I don't have that kind of an area for that in the ocean. So I was like, well, the next best thing, man, is the trains. Good stuff. But yeah, I would like to see more. Speaking of custom, can we think of any custom cars? Have you seen any?
Oh yeah, you can go to Rebrickable and get anything you want.
Because that's one thing I've gone on Brickable obviously for other stuff, especially mainly buildings, but I've never looked at cars, man.
The only problem with buying stuff for cars off of Rebrickable is there's a lot of Speed Champion stuff that uses stickers to certain like lines or stuff like that on like windows to make it look, like not just a big open window. You can use like an arch of black to make it kind of blend into where the window looks a certain way.
Right.
I just recently bought I don't know if any of y'all have ever played Twisted Metal. Yeah. But I bought the Sweet Tooth fan like 2 weekends ago on Good Morning Brick World. Rebrickable literally has like tons of Speed Champion stuff.
Well, I figured let's take a look. I'm curious.
I know that like Tone and Andre have rebrickabled a lot of sets. I know Tone has. He's like made different variations of the Aston Martin and something else.
I was just kind of curious. I mean, I see the Porsche up there. This vintage car is pretty neat.
I saw they did something to the ice cream truck. Does that count? I wanted to do something different to my ice cream.
Down here? I mean, on here?
I can't remember where it was. I'm not right now. Watching you guys.
So look at
this. That's nice.
Type in Audi S1.
Hold on, let me get back up to the search bar. Audi. I'm probably spelling it wrong. I don't know. I did spell it right.
AUDI. Yeah, S1. That first one right there is kind of what the Lego e-tron's going to look like.
Dude, that's a nice looking car, man. Look at that thing.
With the Tron colors.
Dude.
But like this guy goes even a step further. Like you can go buy the stickers from him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, man.
It's not popular. It's not a popular car, but I did find a rebrickable for the General Lee. And in the Dukes of Hazzard. I'm going to have my General Lee.
The thing that saddens me about the General Lee, and look, I get it. You know what I mean? I understand. I understand the controversy around the car, but a lot of us, we didn't, like, as kids, we didn't think about none of that stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, we just love that orange car, you know what I mean?
Bo
like,
and Luke Duke,
right?
that's all.
Yeah!
They never opened the door.
But, like, again, that's something you'd have to get custom. Because Lego's never going to touch that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool, but, they're not going to touch that. Look, the one car I will say right now that I am dying for Lego to make and Creator Expert is Knight Rider.
Is a Honda Fit?
A Honda Fit?
What's wrong with Honda Fits? Them things get like 50 miles to the gallon.
Oh, my goodness. God dang, dude.
You gotta look out for your citizens' pockets. Give them something. Economy.
I just can you imagine if they made kit and they included like the light brick, that could do the light in the front. You know what I mean?
Hi,
dude.
Michael. Hi, Michael.
Right? Gosh, man, I'd really like them to do that one. I know another one a lot of people want was the A-Team van, but I don't think they're gonna touch that one either, probably. Maybe they would, but
I thought they made an A-Team van, did they not?
Oh, they did, didn't they? For the dimensions, that's right, a little one. Or
that doesn't count.
I'm pretty sure they did for a little A-Team van for the.
But that doesn't count. Not a build.
Well, no, but I was thinking they wouldn't touch it because of A-Team, some of the content that has to do with it. You know what I mean? It's not like it's bad, but Lego. But clearly they've already touched it. But I don't know. Lego's done a lot of stuff in the past. They won't do it again either. You know what I mean? So I see some new people out there. Lego Longoria, what's going?
Hey, Andrew,
what's up? Good morning. And Bricklock, Mr. Lincoln himself. What's going on, Bricklock? How you doing, my friend? Thank you for being here. Yeah, Pinkle says I want a UCS 1989 Miata, the patron car of broke gearheads everywhere. See,
I
Rick's
hate
gonna understand
Miatas.
that comment a little
God,
more
I hate
than
Miatas.
than they will.
Miatas are nice looking. I like the way they look. That's
All
I
right,
don't
so
like Miatas.
for you gearheads out there, here's one that I think a lot of people would probably agree with me. But see, fake fan. I can't remember the exact car. It's a Dodge Chrysler, maybe. Look, Vanishing Point with Steve McQueen.
Oh yeah,
That white car.
I
I
don't
want to say that
know.
was a Dodge. Oh, chat. Come on. I don't want
It-
to look it up. I don't want to cheat. But
So the thing is, if you're going speed champions, they need to make more of like I don't know. We talked about this a little bit at our meeting. So it's really weird that speed champions and Hot Wheels share the same licensing on cars. It makes me know that other companies won't really sell a lot because like you get a Dodge Charger every year. What I wish they would do is step out of the box a little, like for like Fast and the Furious, for instance. There's so many cars in there I'd like for them to do, and they've got the licensing to it, but they don't have the licensing to the cars.
Right.
Mitsubishi is one of those where I don't think it's very easy to get a license to reproduce their stuff. Mazda is another one that I don't think is very easy. There's a lot of Honda I know for a fact isn't.
The crazy thing, I mean, we have decades and decades and decades of multiple brands of makes and models of cars, you know what I mean, that they could play around with. And you know what? I wouldn't even mind if they return to some, because we're talking speed champions, so it's not like you're very expensive, you know what I mean? If they went back to one and did like a recolor of one or something, you know what I mean?
that would be cool.
I also would appreciate if they did more stuff like, you know, the James Bond, the Fast and the Furious, you know, some more little IP stuff in the speed champion nature.
But we haven't mentioned the city cars though. The city cars are kind of cool. They're
You mean like regular city cars you're talking about? Or?
They're on the tinier side. Like I just bought one maybe a couple weeks ago. It was the one with it was the electric one. It was like that neon blue, black, and
I will say it would be interesting, but they wouldn't probably sell. But it would be interesting to see if them make more normal cars. You know what I mean? Not like just race cars, but like, you know,
the Honda.
I'm not saying you got to make the hatchback, you know, whatever, or the minivan or something. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, it's something.
I don't think we're gonna see very many of those.
I don't want that.
No, we're not. Nobody. I mean, some of us would buy them, especially if you got a city. You want more normal cars in there that look better than your.
Lego is
than this. You know what I mean?
Lego is a form of escapism. I don't want reality in my Lego city.
But I will say this: the great thing about Lego, and I know it's just easier just to say than to just go and do, but the great thing about Lego is we technically can make anything we want. Some might look better than others, you know, but it's whatever. Let's see here. Let me keep up with the chat, and then we got to get moving on.
I agree with
Pink Will.
I think we need a Dom's RX-7. Like an RX-7 would definitely be something.
Agreed.
I know the Supra is a really iconic car, but that doesn't really do that much for me. I would love the Eclipse just because it's like the iconic car. But I would really like for them to do like a Mitsubishi Evo, STI, stuff like that. That's what I want.
I agree. Those would be interesting. I mean, like, there's so many cars in that franchise, man.
Like they do Fords all the time. Like I don't know. This is like Chinese to all of y'all, but like I would really like a Cosworth Escort. Like they own Ford, like the rights to Ford. Why don't they just do something like that?
You know, something else as far as Ford is concerned that I haven't seen yet, and I don't understand it, so maybe that's why I haven't seen it. Is the Cobra thing? That's affiliated with Mustang, right? Like,
yeah,
you know, but I've never seen that in Speed Champions either.
Well, the Cobra is not a thing anymore. It's the GT 500.
Oh,
and so it sounds really dumb if you don't understand like the car aspect. But the Cobra is not really a Mustang. The Cobra is a Shelby, and it's a Mustang, but it's made by a different brand that's owned by Ford. I don't know. It's a dumb concept to think about, but it's like a trim level. But I don't know if they have the rights to do that because I don't think Ford owns the rights to that. I believe it's Shelby.
Okay. I saw Brickabood said he was talking about Knight Rider. He says, how about a sound brick? So when you push the button, it makes that specific noise that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man, dude. Oh my, Good. Day one purchase, man. Are you kidding me? Let's see here. Herbie the Love Bug. That'd be a pretty cool one. And actually, I'm kind of surprised they haven't messed with that because one, it's Disney. Two, it's non-controversial. And three, it's a nice set. Maybe it's because they've already done 2 Beatles. You know what I mean? So they're like, we're not doing another one right now. Cosworth the Escort would be awesome. Yep. They made a Speed Racer set. Why not Herbie? I don't know. Interesting. Yeah. I hear you, man. All right, let's go ahead real quick, and we've got more time. We'll talk more cars. But let's go ahead before we run out of time and do the streaming guide. I don't know if I did something wrong when I rendered it. Brick and Brood, you still out there in the chat? Was it 2 minutes long, or did I do that? Maybe it is 2 minutes long. I can't remember. I just noticed the length of the Anyways, all right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna do the streaming guide, and dude, it could be 5 minutes long. I can listen to Brick and Brood talk all day, man. He's got a great voice. All right, here we go.
Good morning, Brick World, and welcome to the A-Fall streaming guide for the week of September 11th to the 17th. I hope everyone had a great summer. Now let's get back into the LEGO streaming guide. On Monday, on Twitch at 4 a.m., we have Billsy, and at 8:30 p.m., we have Jean's version. On Instagram at 9 p.m., Mom and Mo, and over on YouTube at 8 p.m., Old Gray Bricks. Tuesday on Twitch at 4 p.m., we have Jake Studs. Then at 6 p.m., Brook Bricks. 8 p.m., Lightning JR. 9 p.m., Amberlia Builds. Over on YouTube at 5 p.m., Mikey J Productions. Wednesday on Twitch at 4 a.m., we have Billsy. And then at 4 p.m., King Oldendorf of Game Time. At 9 p.m., 2 Figs, 1 Set. On Instagram at 6 a.m., Rainbow Brick Slug. YouTube at 8 p.m., we have 4 shows. Quick Build Bricks, Click and Cliff, Bearded Brix, and The Basic Brick. At 9 p.m., Bricksmith and Canadian Brick Builders will be on. Thursday on Instagram at 7 a.m., The Brick Shelf and Friends will be on. YouTube at 3:30 p.m., Family Bricks. 8 p.m., Old Gray Bricks. And at 9 p.m., a couple of Brickheads and Ben's Brick Designs will be on. Friday on YouTube at 1 p.m., we have Brick Trains. 2:30 p.m., London Calling. 8 p.m., Building with Buds. 9 p.m., Real Whole Egg. And 10 p.m., Full of Brick. Saturday on Twitch at 8 a.m., we have Tasman Bricks. 9 a.m., Brook Bricks. 3 p.m., Matt Mellish. And 8 p.m., Lightning JR. Over on Instagram at 4:30 a.m., Claire Lego Mom, The Brick Shelf, Lego Auto Haas, Cooking with Bricks, and Bricks Why Not. YouTube at 4 p.m., The Lego CPA. At 9:30 p.m., Lego After Dark. And at 10 p.m., Macro Bricks. Sunday on Twitch at 12 p.m., we have Jean's version. And at 8 p.m., Mapping the Miles. Over on YouTube at 10 a.m., we have Good Morning Brick World. Also at 10 a.m., we have Family Builds with Family Bricks. At 11 a.m., Ben's Brick Designs. 1 p.m., Tricky Bricks. 3:30 p.m., The Brick Bods. And over at 7 p.m., Hollin' and Ballin'. That's been the A-Fall streaming guide for this week. If you'd like to be included in next week's streaming guide, get a hold of me, Brick and Brood.
There you go. So I reposted on Instagram something he had posted or whatever. If you have a streaming show that you want to be highlighted on the streaming live stream or this live stream calendar, I don't know. Message Brick and Brood on Brick and Brood on Instagram, or you can message one of us and we'll try and get it to him as quickly as you can. But if you wait too long, you might not get a spot. I mean, he doesn't necessarily have slots, but I mean, eventually there might be too many people to try and do on one calendar. So definitely reach out to him if you want, and he'll throw that on there for you. So big shout out and thank you again to Brick and Brood for making this live stream calendar. We really appreciate you doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even just like we just showed on here. He promotes it. Other people can promote it as well. But it's a really nice thing to do for the community. Nobody pays him to do this or anything like that. He just does it on his own goodwill. So, again, thank you, Brick and Brood, for your contribution to that. So yeah, we still got about 15 minutes. So yeah, we can jump back into some more car talk. Let's see here. Let me see real quick what I was talking about there. Rich, I love those 80s 5.0 Mustangs. Let's see here. Dude, he needs to add Danny Bob to that list. I say it all the time. I know, but just like with celebrations, we try to catch stuff on our own. We try to remember things that we see. But that's why we emphasize, like, you know, if you know somebody has something celebrating, whether it's a birthday or whatever you're gonna, you know, celebrate, it's really important to message us, because it's hard for us to keep up with stuff like that or remember everything. You know what I mean? So that's probably why he doesn't have Danny Bob on there. You know, and just nobody's directly like reached out to him about it, or he just wasn't thinking about it at the time, because you saw how many people are on that live stream calendar. It's a lot to keep up with. You know, and so yeah, but yeah, I agree. Danny but Danny hasn't. She just streamed like the other day, like and like did for that or something like that. I don't remember, but yeah, she'd been kind of quiet for a little while. I hadn't seen too many streams after her. It's been a minute. Twice a week. Wow, I didn't know she was back in doing it twice a week. Awesome. So. Let's check the poll real quick. I'm curious, and I'm going to shut that down because I had more to do with the news than the topic. So we did get 66 votes. Do you still prefer CMF boxes to bags? We still got 82% on bags. So
yeah,
I want to
bring back the bags.
People have spoken. I don't know. It's such a weird thing, and I don't know, man. Because you know, Rich brought up a good point. Earlier about it, and I will say that there are other companies that do it, like Funko. I don't know if it's Funko or not, but they have like these little mini like caricatures or whatever. They're in like, I don't know, balls or eggs or something like that. Mrs. Hive. So this is interesting. A couple years ago, Mrs. Hive wanted the Wonder Woman one that they had, but she wouldn't buy them, dude. She like, I was like, oh, I'll go get you one. She's like, no. She's like, if they're not gonna tell me which one it is, she's like, then they're not getting my money. I was like, oh, okay. All right. And she never got it. I take that back. I think a year or so later, she did finally get it like on Amazon or something like that. Or maybe she put it in as a gift that she wanted, like, you know, because we give each other our birthday or Christmas gifts list or whatever. So she might put it on that and then I got it. But I don't know, man. She's a lot more good about standing by her principles than I am. I'll give in, you know. I'm like, I buckle like a belt. Okay. I hate your prices. Day one, I'm right there. So, anyways,
Will has popped into the chat.
what? Where's Will? Will Hoarder 66, still one of the best names out there, man. Execute Hoarder 66. Actually, that sounds like I'm trying to execute you, dude. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say that, but execute Hoarder 66. That's not. Anyways, hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's see here. I was just reading some more of the comments. Boxes suck. Yeah, man, I don't know. I will say this. It is curious to be, you know, what if anything will come out of all the boxes being ripped open. I don't know. I mean, we've seen pictures of it.
I mean, to be honest,
we are sort of in a hyper vacuum, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna see pictures of it because we focus on that stuff. But as far as more of the broader reach, is it that bad?
I don't think anything is going to happen out of it. Lego made their money by selling it to Walmart and Target and places like that. Walmart that's getting it ripped open is loss prevention. That's their fault.
I agreed, but Walmart, and again, this is a bold statement. I have no idea, but Walmart also could be like, okay, well, those clearly lost us tons of money. Not again. So either you take them out of the boxes or we're not buying them anymore. I could see Walmart doing that because, okay, they don't sell CMFs anymore. What, you think it's going to hurt their sales that much that it's going to make any kind of difference? You know what I mean? Probably not.
That's what I heard Barnes & Noble is saying. We had a problem here, and the manager just boxed them all up. He said no more. He boxed them all up, even the bags. He was like, I'm done.
And we have seen a couple things across the country where people have done different things. I've seen one that was really extreme, in my opinion, but they literally had CMF boxes in individual plastic cases that you had to have opened at the register. And then, of course, there's the plastic barrier or whatever, like a whole barrier wall or something like they do with other stuff. It's a shame, man. Because look, I understand the frustration. Everybody knows how I am. You know, I'm team bags, and I don't even like that. I still think they should tell you what you're getting. You know what I mean? But whatever. But that is no reason to commit a criminal act and rip things open, man, and ruin it for everybody else. Because just like Rich said, some people like that surprise. You know, some people, even if they don't like the surprise, like me, I still bought some. Yeah. But if you do that, man, that creates like a chain effect. You know, there's a saying about how one person usually messes it up for everybody else. And that is so true, man, and so many different things. people always mess something up for everybody else. You know what I mean?
True. You know what I'm thinking? Maybe the boxes wouldn't have been that bad. Maybe this was the wrong time to launch them. I mean, this was a really highly anticipated series. So,
I think it would have been funnier if they did it with Star Wars. Star Wars fans be going nuts, dude.
That would have been a nightmare. But you got to say, it was a long time to try that. You should have tried it with like the little elves and bunnies and reindeer, not Marvel CMFs. That
I can see all the Friends fans going like, "What the WTF, man?" I don't know. It's like I said, I don't think anything's. It depends on the scope and how bad, and depends on the store. And even the stores, I don't know if it when I say it depends on the store, if it would depend on the store on more of a corporation level, it's a chain thing, or more of an individual store level kind of thing. Because you see, like this is probably an extreme example, but like over in certain cities that are having really bad times right now with crime, and they've like chained up to like the whatever that's got like the frozen foods in it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I mean, because a company can write off stuff as a loss, but there's a breaking point for all of them, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's real easy. And this is something I learned as I got a little older, because when I was younger, I had a lot more radicalized types of ideas about like, companies and stuff like that. But I realized that even companies that make tons of money, man, they still have an operating procedure. They still have, a bottom line to worry about, even Lego, as much as I complain about Lego's prices and stuff, I know they still have a technical bottom line. They're a company. They have to make profits. They have to stay afloat. And you can only take so much, you know what I mean, before it's, it's really going to hurt your company. Brick Lock, member for 15 months. Man, thank you so much. I won't do the Devastator one. I'm going to we'll do the Voltron. Hold on, here we go.
Activate interlock. Dynatherms connected. Infracells up. Mega thrusters are go. Let's go, Voltron!
We got some new stuff coming eventually for members as well. I'm going to have something for different levels, some new stuff coming about. Something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I was actually just discussing it in the last meeting with Bearded Brix and Brick Hive about doing a members only stream for our meeting. Because I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know why, man. A lot of people are fascinated with our meetings, like whether it's more of a technical standpoint. Like I'm curious because I want to do something like that maybe or whatever, or just like what we talk about, which normally it's like, no, stay whatever happens in the meeting stays in the meeting, you know what I mean? But like that's why I said we're going to do it for members. But anyways, Mark, man, thank you so much. 195 supporting you all for a great job. Man, we appreciate that. Let me. Thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate that. Mayo, that's a funny comment. In your country, nothing has to get changed up.
With what Stud said last, I agree with that like completely. He says the marketing team wants them near the Pokemon cards, but Walmart's so inconsistent. That's the same thing. I mean, Pokemon cards are the same exact way as those CMF boxes. If you go into a Walmart, they're all ripped open.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I agree. The only difference I would say is because at least you're getting, a pack of cards, and trying to sell one card individually without, I don't know how that would work. And I'm not sure. I guess maybe you put on the packaging about what each card is in there, even though they're done at random, unlike a minifig that's one thing in a pack. I mean, I get what you're saying. I understand the comparisons. It's not, I don't think the best analogy, but I totally get it. And look, just like I was saying before about other stuff, I don't think it's good for anything. I don't like spending money and not knowing what I'm getting unless I go to a casino. And even then, I don't play generally like machines. I play cards. So I'm playing people, not machines. You're gambling. I mean, technically that's what it is. You're gambling, man. You know what I mean? When I go buy when I used to buy GI Joes or Transformers, I know what I'm getting right on the box. You know what I mean? So, you know, I get the surprise aspect to it, and I respect that. You know what I mean? For people that like that, I don't. Dude, member for 29 months. Goodness gracious. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you were one of the first, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, we've got a few people out there, man, been members for a long time. Which reminds me, dude, I got stuff to send to you as well. All right. Well, we are approaching the end of the show. So why don't we go around the panel and see what everybody's got going on? 117. Let's go ahead and start with you, buddy. What you got going on?
I got nothing much going on. Got a few Instagram posts planned out, but not anytime soon though. Once I get those finished.
Oh, hey, anytime you want to come back on the show, man, definitely let Rich know, man. And yeah,
all right, yeah.
I'll always have you on. Maybe I'll shut up a little bit more and let you talk next time. By the way, man, I like the Brickmania shirt as well.
Thank you.
It's good stuff. Good stuff. Rich, what about you, man? You got anything to shout out? Prop?
I got another castle video in the works that'll be like the biggest update I've ever done because it was a lot easier to build this time. I remember when people asked me, they were like, "How long did the castle take you?" And I was like, 9 months. And now when they ask me, they're like, "How long has it taken you to build this?" And I'm like, "Well, 3 weeks."
Yeah, right. I mean, but it's amazing looking, man. It always just blows me away. You know,
it's gotten really big, really fast. Like the other one was like a slow progress to get big. This is just kind of like there.
Right on. Anything else you want to shout out, man?
No, just my Wednesday stream. Other than that, I'm not really planning on doing anything else. I still need to get plans to do another stream during the week, but I've been trying to be mindful of other people's.
Yeah, that's another thing we'll have to talk about eventually later too, because there's just a lot of us, man. We're just going to eventually start overlapping. I think we always try and be careful of like main shows, but you know, obviously some people stream like multiple times a week, so it's going to happen, you know. Brick babe, what you got going on?
So much. So this Friday I will be on Full of Brick. Check me out there. I'm following a tough act, so it'd be great. I don't have any big castle or anything to show, so
you know, it's amazing you being on there. You would now make every single person that has worked on Good Morning Brick World a guest on that show.
I'm making history.
There you go.
Guinness Book World Records. So yeah, I'll be on there Friday. And then I have a new hashtag starting tomorrow. It's minifig mug Monday. That's just what we needed. Another hashtag. You're welcome. So post your pics with your mugs, tag me so that I can repost them. And maybe we can repost them on here if you're okay with that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. And you, like you said, minifig, right? Okay.
Post your minifigs, grab your minifig, get a mug, and just post whatever. Cups count, tumblers count, those things count.
Yeah, so you hear that, everybody. Post a minifig picture on Instagram and tag Brick Babe in it, and plus we'll show it on here as well. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And then just the normal Mom and Mo Mondays 9 started YouTube. Watch me build 9, and then what else? Friday build and chill, and that's Twitch. So 3 streams, and that's kind of it. Just filling space in my life. Free space.
Nice. Well, that's what it's all about.
Facts.
Excellent. As far as me, I'm getting back into my train stuff. I'm getting ready to put that back up. I posted a video the other day of some test footage that I used. I thought it was a GoPro, but apparently I must have been a little cheap. It was a Gear Pro. So I must have got like a more generic version. It still gives good high quality like HD picture, but I don't know. I like prefer to use my phone actually for the stuff. But anyways, I put up a train test footage, point of view kind of video the other day. I've got another city video coming in the works. I'm moving on to the next part of the city, you know, into the swampy type area, and then getting in like Ninjago city gardens and stuff. I'm still working on my Only the Best video. I know I'll probably keep talking about that for months, but eventually I'll be like, all right, it's almost all together. I just got to edit the rest of it. Then of course, I'll probably have a Hive stream this Friday, complaining about Ahsoka, and of course, there's Good Morning Brick World. So, Pink Will says, "Can I throw something? Please plug Friendship Timber." Yes, Friendship Timber. I can't remember. Is that a hashtag, Pink Wills? But that is definitely something, and I want to say it's definitely Instagram that you guys do over there. So definitely look for that on Instagram. And it's really awesome to contribute in these things if you have time. I know a lot of us are busy and we don't have time to do everything, but if you can, it's good to do these things and interact with the community as much as you can. You know what I mean?
To answer Stud real quick, he thought I was going to do a big Star Wars mock after the castle, and I am, but the castle is supposed to last until next year at Brick Fair, and I plan to come back and just do the village in front of it, and I ended up basically knowing that I could do better than the castle was. I'm just redoing the castle and the village. The Star Wars stuff is still in play. As I'm buying stuff for the castle, I'm slowly adding stuff in for the Star Wars mock, but I already have a lot of it, and it will just be one of those things that next year when I get back from Brick Fair, the castle will pretty much just be all taken apart, and I'll already have all the pieces to go ahead and start the Star Wars stuff. So there's really kind of like no lapse in what I'm doing on the channel.
All right. Awesome. In time.
Still up to it, man. I'm telling you, those battle packs, I'm up to 52. I'm buying every single one I see.
So wild, man. All right, so everybody, thank you so much for being part of the show today. Thank you 117 for joining us. I'm sorry that I run my mouth mostly more than anybody, so
you're good.
Maybe next time we get some more words in. But yeah, thank you to the panel. It was a great show. Interesting stuff we talked about today. And just to let everybody know, we're going to replay the outro. If you're new around here, the outro consists of something I do for all the members. I make sure that we highlight their names at the end of the show, along with like whatever's in the background. So, all right, everybody, we will see you
Peace.
next Sunday.